Senior economist at SPM Professionals, Paul Alaje, joins me on the news at 10 for more. Mr. Alaje, in your thoughts as an economist, what do you think Nigeria has done right to attract increased investments?
Well, first of all, let me say that it's interesting that we have many investors around the world from the trip of the president, totaling, according to the minister, over $50 billion. What you need to know is that if you have $50 billion come together in this economy in the same year, you are going to see far more stability in our economy. One of the reasons why we have so much depreciation of Naira is because we are not having sufficient inflow. So to my mind, having all of these come to fusion, almost at the same time within a year, we give a lot of benefit to Nigeria. So the president has known his part. As the chief executive of the country, he has visited those countries, has spoken. He has also built confidence. If you ask me, he has built confidence to a large extent in these investors around the world with his presence. Yes, those investors will go back and do their background check on Nigeria. They want to check what capacity do we have? Do we have sufficient demand side? Do we have energy to support, and so on and so forth? Do we have relative peace in some areas in Nigeria? They will make all of those findings about the country. But having said that, for those that have promised over $50 billion, it will be a huge game changer for us. The question is, can we immediately start having drawdown of this investment? That, for me, will be a very, very huge thing for us to do today. That said, recall that the minister in her submission has also said that the priority of the ministry is big-time exports to support and remove all bureaucratic bottlenecks around those that want to export in Nigeria to the rest of the world. I've also mentioned that the top priority will be around Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. I think this is a good thing that has been done. If we do not make move at all, it is possible we will not get all of these potentials coming. But at this moment today, we need to go beyond potentials. We need to start coming to fusion, which is the next phase. We need to start and get those funding coming to our nation already.
And talking about going beyond potential, what sort of conversation do you think we should be having at this time, especially around trade facilitation? Because definitely we're not where we should be putting into consideration the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, which you've also referred to.
We are not telling our story long enough. We are not telling our story better enough. I've been to a few countries and I've met with some Nigerians outside the country, and in my own little window, how do we bring people to invest in our country? Because that investment will not only affect me, it will even affect you, because every USD that comes to Nigeria provides stability of the money you have in your pocket. So the minister and every well-meaning Nigeria should look at how do we deliberately have the right conversation about what we want people to know about Nigeria. The president took the lead by going to those countries in having those conversations. And it's important that when we go to those places, it's not a show-off. It is to go there to say that, listen, these are areas where you can invest in Nigeria. And this is what we need you to know about Nigeria. Let me tell you something. There are crises in Nigeria, no doubt. But this is not only in Nigeria. There are other environments that have similar challenges. There may be more than ours. There may not be up to ours. But what exactly are we telling about the Nigerian story? And telling Nigerian story appropriately is what is important. We should also look at the benefit we have. We have Nigerians virtually everywhere in the world. Can we organize these Nigerians together to have faith in their home country and to also talk about possibility of investment in Nigeria? Thirdly, we need to work on our credit rating among rating agencies. I'm now talking professional investors now. We need to talk, organized investors, I beg your pardon. We need to work on our credit rating so that confidence can be stored in the minds of people. Thirdly, for those of us in media, we also need to speak well of our country. Yeah, if things are not correct, we need to say it, but we don't need to say to the point of destruction. We need to say to the point of honesty, such that we can have a nation that we all can be proud of and people can come and invest in it. Again, we need to stamp out corruption.
All right, Mr. Alaje.
At least it has to be ubiquitously done for everybody to know that we have a nation we cannot be proud of. By this, I believe that 50 billion will come in to us. I don't know if I have just one or few seconds. The last
well,
seconds
that's just the amount to be able to take, Mr. Alaje, but I believe you've hit the nail on the head. Senior economist, SPM professionals, Paul Alaje, thank you very much for this very, incisive thought you've shared with us on TVC News at 10.